Okay, stem and leaf plots may look a little funky, but they're a really useful way to collect and examine data, and display numerical data. So numbers, we're looking at numbers. So for example, okay, so you split a number into the stem, which is the first digit or more digits, and the leaf, which is the last digit. So the number 7, the stem is 0, and the leaf is 7, because we got to put something in the stem column. The number 31 is 3 in the stem and 1 in the leaf. When we get a 3-digit number like 152, we put the 15 there and the last number then. You're thinking, why would I ever do that? So imagine you've got, you're looking at a whole section of people, and you want to know the ages of people that like a certain, say, food. Some of them are in their 20s. There's a couple that are 22. There's one that's 25. You've got only one that's in their 30s. You've got 1, 2, 3 that's in their 40s. So your stem leaf would be 22, and then there's another 22, and then a 5, and that represents these. Your 30, there's only 1, and then for your 40s, you've got a 5 and a 6. So you can see immediately that the 20s are overrepresented here. So that's kind of an example of when you might use something like that. And that really makes it easy to see what you're doing. So your leaves, those are on the right side, they should be aligned vertically, as you see here. So they line up. Okay, and listed in ascending order, so that's from smallest to largest as you move away from the stem. So the example here, if we had people that were 22 and 25 and 26, for example, these are temperatures, but I'm just making that up. We start with zeros and we move our way up from there, ascending. Outliers, as we talked about before, can be identified easily by looking at the lowest value or highest value to see if they are far away from the other numbers. So here our lowest value is 13. Stem is 1, and that's in the tens, and then that's in the ones or the units, 13. And our highest is 30, and the vast majority are in the 20s. So let's look at what we're actually doing here. So the average daily temperature are shown for some countries in this stem and leaf. So write out the temperatures as a list. I'll write them in ascending order because that's easy to do, because remember 1, 3 makes 13. The next one, I'm going to look at the 1 and the 6, that makes 16, and then we've got another 16 there, because we've got 1 and 6. Now I'm going to start with 20. I've got 2 20s, 20 there, and 20 there, and then we've got 21, so I'm mixing this stem with the next leaf, 22. I've got 2 countries that list 25, 26, 26, right? I'm just going along here. And 28, 29, and I'm almost done. I've got to move to the next column. I've got 30, stem and leaf, and then 32. So which way is easier to really see this information? This big jumble of numbers, or the stem and leaf that shows you how many are in the 20s or 30s? So how many countries' temperatures are presented? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 countries. What's the maximum and minimum temperature? I'm trying to erase, but I'm not having all the luck in the world. So the maximum temperature is, stem and leaf, is 32. You would write 32 is the maximum. And the minimum temperature is 13. Remember, don't get fooled that it's 30 or 302. It's stem and then the highest leaf. What is the range of temperatures? And remember, range is the highest minus the lowest. So the range, that difference between the highest and lowest is 19. And what is the median temperature? Well, it's a good thing that we have our listy list here, because we can go to the middle. How many did we say there were? 14? We can go and count along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's actually these two. So the median is going to be in between those two. So what we need to do is we need to find the mean of those two numbers. So 22 plus 25 divided by 2. And I'm going to use, let's see what we come up with, 47 divided by 2. And that's going to give me a decimal, and that's okay. That's going to give me 23.5 or 23.5. 23.5. Now, represent this set of data as a stem and leaf plot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw our lines with a ruler. I didn't bring my ruler, but I've got my stems here and my leaves here. And what we want to do is start with the 20s. Is there anything lower than 20? Yes, though. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Start with the 10s. They're the only ones that will start with that. So we have 1 and a 0. That's 10. And then 1 and a 6. I've already got my stem of 1, so we're good. Now let's do the 2s. So we've got 23, 25, 27. Did I miss any? So we better put them in ascending order. 23, 25, and 27. Good shape there. Then we're into 30sville. We've got 30. Let me just quickly look. 31. I don't see any 32s. I'm lining these all up vertically. 33. There's two 34s, so I put two 4s in there. Remember, stem, leaf, 34. Looks like we've got two 36s, so we'll put two 6s in there. And a 7 for 37. And there is our completed stem and leaf.